And here we go again with the exact same lame argument pro-censorship weirdos make every single time. With the Miranda situation with BioWare and Mass Effect's Legendary Edition, we have game developers coming out and, of course, anti-gamer journalists, games journalists, taking the opportunity to deliberately misrepresent what people are mad about. And this video is to arm you against that. The primary defense that pro-censorship weirdos have is simple. Well, you could just fap to something else on the internet. You could just... This is a straw man. This is to imply that the only reason people care, let's say about shrinking Tifa's chest or now cutting camera angles from Miranda, is because everybody must want to fap to it, which is ridiculous. Don't let anyone win an argument with that straw man. Secondly, there's this hilarious double standard. Let me just present a hypothetical to you. So people will say, and we're going to get into some of these idiots' reactions. And by the way, if you haven't yet, please do. If I earned it, click that red subscribe button down below the video. I cover video games, and now I'm covering a little more politics stuff since news is kind of slow and pop culture and everything. I'd love to have you on the channel. So the other thing people seem to issue is this, oh, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Gamers literally on self-deletion watch. They do this because it helps their narrative to dismiss any pushback. Their position is that, oh, gamers are literally jumping off cliffs because of this. We're not. And does it change the gameplay? No, it doesn't. But let me just put a hypothetical out there, and if you agree, maybe subscribe or at least leave a like. If, let's say, BioWare had removed, or any game hypothetically, a potential same team romance, we'll say, two guys or two girls, right? Not really relevant to the game, romance option. Let's say they had removed an LGBTQ romance option. What do you think the media would say? Now, ask yourself if their article, if their how do I say it, argument works anymore, right? The whole idea that well, it doesn't affect gameplay. Well, that kind of falls apart, doesn't it? Because I think we all know Polygon and Kotaku would be having meltdowns over the removal because, well, we know. I mean, we can look at, for example, Game Rant has written several articles. Mass Effect's LGBTQ romance cut because Fox News designer claims. Okay, really? Here's all these articles. You're outraged about it. Oh, game journalists on life support having total meltdown about irrelevant thing and game being removed. Here's another article on game. This is Game Rant. This was Metro. Mass Effect Legendary releases in a few months, but decided not to correct a past mistake when it comes to LGBTQ romance, whining that there should be more. Jack was supposed to be pan. These people are obsessed with all of this stuff when it's important. Here you have Polygon. Mass Effect 2 was once a bit more gay, but then Fox News happened. I thought it was an irrelevant thing. I thought it didn't matter in terms of gameplay. And there are other articles whining about this too. Now, they're both not relevant in terms of the gameplay, but that's not how these clowns get their easy likes and retweets. This guy is a guides editor at Fanbyte Media, a website nobody's heard of with fewer followers than my crappy YouTube channel. BioWare cut some questionable camera angles in Mass Effect 2, like the ones focusing on Miranda's butt, and gamers are mad. Gets every all these far left weirdos, they get a lot of likes and retweets dunking on gamers, but what they really are is they're pro-censorship. I think that one of the best threads I've seen about this comes from Black Sage, and I want to give him a huge shout out here. He's a Black D Gamer 1. And I want to read through this thread that he posted back in January. Here's a PSA to anyone concerned about censorship in video games. It's okay to be upset with Sony's new policy. There's nothing wrong with wanting to see scantily clad women in video games. There's nothing wrong with complaining about devs' art that has to be neutered. It's definitely okay for you to want some TNA in your entertainment. Don't fall for the BS line of go to the hub if you're a grown adult. You should expect the entertainment you paid money for to cater to you. Don't let any of these clowns shame you like that. If it were the other way around and the LGBT content was censored, they'd all be throwing a hissy fit. If you have to censor spicy content, censor it all. There's nothing wrong with people wanting to see spicy characters in games. That's a part of the human nature. He continues by saying, I really do find it funny that people who champion women's rights are the main ones justifying women's bodies to be censored in media because they think it gives straight men pleasure. And that's really what a lot of this comes from. It comes from, owning the breeders. Take that, you greaseball breeders. 99% of the population. Get wrecked. Of course. And again, this is an excellent, by the way, Black Sage is a good follow. He stands strong against censorship, and I support him. And ultimately, you get takes of this with thousands of likes, and then you get the developer from Fallout New Vegas from 1 billion years ago coming in here to all the gamers censored, which I think is hilarious, right? Pro censorship guys censoring a word, shocking. Who are heartbroken by this. If you go to Google and type prawn, you'll find pictures of butts and more. Again, this is not the argument. This is an argument that low IQ losers use to shut down the anti-censorship people. Look, is having Miranda's derriere in the camera angle going to ruin, its presence or non-presence, is that going to ruin the game? No. But it's a slippery slope. And now you see companies like Square Enix with ethics departments. You see Sony censoring all sorts of games, adding lens flares to everything. But it's fine if they have other adult themes, just not, essentially, things that dudes like. That's problematic. But, if there's any type of, two girls having a spicy scene, that's lauded and everybody loves that. The two men that hook up, in The Last of Us 2, that was, everyone was, this is just so stunning and brave. And of course, Josh Sawyer gets completely destroyed. You see, people are so terrified of mildly spicy content in fictional media that they're genuinely saying, just go to watch the hardcore stuff instead. The game was better with Miranda's butt in it. I see. So when are you changing New Vegas to adhere to social norms today? Right. Another poor soul who either knows nothing or chooses to know nothing. Censorship is always evil. It doesn't matter if these type of shots or people saying and doing things you don't like, it's all evil. I'm sorry for anyone who is unstable, who is unable to comprehend this extremely simple fact. Okay, Coomer. Yeah, gamers censored. Go objectify real women. What is the issue? And I've told you, and I believe strongly, that this is only an issue because straight males, like, it's something fan service for straight males. And that maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think the fact that we have already seen how they react to other types of content being removed from the game, this everyone supports. Unattractive women for everybody. Because the thing is, a lot of these pro-censorship far-left weirdos, they're not necessarily ugly people on the outside. Many are, I assure you. But all of them are ugly on the inside. And that's what they want for the world. They don't want beautiful people. Miranda's character was designed to be spicy. All the people lining up to defend this, you see, the real stuff is apparently better and more respectful of women than Miranda Lawson's clothed fictional rear. I mean, everybody is dunking on him. Oh, here's one. Yeah, lead designer Fallout in New Vegas. Oh, that's me. You're better than this, Josh. You know, again, they like to gaslight you and say, "Oh, it's just no big deal. It's why do you care? You some kind of deviant? Is that what you're doing in your video games? Look, it's none of your business how I enjoy my video games. Removing this maybe objectively doesn't change the game for most people, but I don't want to give you money because the time you spent doing that could have been spent improving other things." When we have a finite resource of money and time, when you spend that on censoring your video games, I'm out, and that's fine. Like, my life will go on. People again will like, oh, you're not gonna buy the game just because you can't see a butt in it. No, I'll just play something else. Like, life goes on. This is why people don't feel bad about pirating. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.